why the CIF's high school football league system is cooked. As stated in my first video, the CIF has a terrible system for their high school football teams. CIF stands for California Interscholastic Federation, and they oversee high school sports in California. California is divided into 10 sections because of the immense size and population of the state. What are leagues and league games? Leagues are the grouping of football teams based on geography and/or skill within their respective section. So as you can see here, all of these points on this map are the football programs within the CCS. It's not every single team. I think for this map it was just the public schools. But as you can see here, the CCS covers a large area from King City in the south all the way to San Francisco in the north. So of course, because of this large geographical area, you need to split the teams in the section into further leagues because the teams are so far away. So for example, let's look here. So we have San Francisco County. San Francisco is a county, in case you didn't know, and then San Mateo County. So we can combine all the teams in this area, and that would be the Peninsula Athletic League, the correct version. And then we go down here, we have all of this is Santa Clara County. So we can merge all these teams into the Santa Clara Valley Athletic League. And as you can tell, maybe you can tell, the Santa Clara County has the highest population of schools, so it makes sense to have just this single county as its own league. And then if we scroll down to the southern part of the section, we can see that there are a multitude of schools across a few counties. So we have some schools in Santa Cruz County. We have one school in San Benito County, and then the rest of these schools are in Monterey County. Now, of course, with only one team in a county, they have to merge with the adjacent counties. And Santa Cruz County only has 8 teams, so it makes sense to merge them with the rest of these teams to create one big league. Now, yes, the distance is quite far, but when you consider that football is only played once a week, it's possible to drive from Santa Cruz to King City and vice versa. When you combine these teams together in these giant leagues within their respective geographical areas, it allows for more competitive equity, and the more teams that are in a league, it really allows for the best teams to face off against each other, the worst teams to have equal footing in their games, and for teams that are in the middle to kind of figure out where they're heading, either up or down. League games are the portion of a team's 10-game schedule that they must play and that they have no choice. That leaves teams with a certain number of games open to teams that they may choose whoever to play against. So if a team has 7 league games, they have 7 slots filled in their schedule, and they can decide which teams to play for the remaining 3 slots. Other states like Texas may call these league games district games, but the concept is still the same. It's in my 100% correct opinion that league games should be at least 5 or more in the 10-game schedule, so half a team's schedule are league games. However, some leagues in the southern section, for example, only have 4 teams, so they have 3 league games only, which is bullcrap. It's bullcrap because some sections place a higher emphasis on league games than others, especially if you're a lower league team. Some of those teams in the Southern Section League can have garbage league records and go to the playoffs, while teams with great league records miss out on playoffs entirely. Another thing that a lot of leagues lack is tiered systems, which means many teams are in a league through geography and or adjacent counties, but are split by strength. And teams that do poorly in one league division move down one the next season, and teams that do well move up a division. This allows struggling teams to find their footing and successful teams to truly test themselves. If a league consists of the same set of teams each year, you can't tell how good or bad a team is because of the lack of competitive gaps being filled. One team can also dominate forever while some teams are consistent doormats. The more teams in a league, the better, because the evenly matched teams will find each other. The San Francisco section needs to merge with the CCS and be a part of the Peninsula Athletic League, and the Oakland section needs to merge with the NCS and join whichever league is in that area. An example of how this system should have been the standard from the get-go would look like this. 6 schools open up in an area and are the only local schools for hundreds of miles. Well, then they are the only league, and those teams have got to play each other until more schools and programs come about. So each team in that league has 5 league games. A few years later, 5 more schools open up in that area. Now there are 11 teams total. So now each team has 10 league games, and this would be the only instance that every game on the schedule would be a league game, because those are the only schools in that area for miles. A few years later, 1 more school opens up. Now there are 12 schools total, and since teams can't play 11-game regular seasons, they got to split those 12 teams into 2 divisions that are part of the same league. That 12th team, the newest team, starts in the bottom division with the lowest 5 teams from the previous season, while the highest 6 from the previous season are in the upper division. Then, year after year, the top 2 from the bottom division move to the higher, and the bottom 2 from the higher division move to the lower division. If there are an odd number of teams, then the higher division gets the extra team because they might get an extra playoff spot as long as it's fair and equitable.